Hey everybody, it's me, Super Game Player 64, SGP64 if you like to call me, and today we'll be looking at Sonic the Hedgehog. Now why? Because frankly I couldn't come up with anything better because I'm just unoriginal shit. And like Jontron says, I'm
100% butt fucking sane.
But also, you know, the Sonic movie, which is gonna come out, and it's already destined to suck shit, so why not look at the original game and why Sonic was so popular in the goddamn 90s and why we still hold him as high regards now, sort of. Let's get going.
So let's start with Sonic's origin. In the late 80s, Nintendo ruled the market. Meanwhile, Sega, who was trying to find a hand in the market, was having dirt shoved on them since, Nintendo was the dominant force back then, and so they needed a rival system. And so the engineers decided to make a system based on their 16-bit arcade boards, and the Sega Genesis was born. But after being sold to stores, it sold poorly, so Sega needed a marketing icon to push the Genesis. And so, with a design from Nato Oshima and the programmer Yuji Naka with the main gameplay, thus, Sonic was born. So let's play the frickin' game already! As soon as you boot up the game, you see Sonic wagging his finger, which is not only kick-ass, but also super iconic and nostalgic. So as soon as you press start, you're whisked away to Green Hill Zone, which is more bright and colorful while also being round and less flat and blocky than Mario, which made Sonic unique at the time, while also having set level paths, as if you go higher, you have more chances of getting rings and extra lives. As you go lower, the path becomes more difficult, but as you reach the middle, you also have a middle ground, which is in between both of them. Anyway, I also apologize for the watermark of the Bandicam. I know that's like so 2006, but I had to use the free program for this recording, and I did eventually buy it later during the process of making this video, so I apologize for the guerrilla-style videography. Anyway, to bring up a basic story, Robotnik, aka Dr. Eggman, but he's called Robotnik at this time, goes around kidnapping Sonic's little critter friends, and of course Sonic ain't having any of that, dude, so he decides to put a stop to it, but also getting the Chaos Emeralds so Robotnik doesn't have supreme power. Anyway, at the end of Act 3, you eventually run into him, and, kick his ass, of course. But usually when you get to an act, you'll see a gold plate, and you'll pass by it, while also being a warp ring. We'll explain that later, though, so, hold that thought. Marble Zone is the next zone, and this is where they try to slow things down a little, to get you used to the platforming aspect of the game, and to teach you to be cautious and careful, because you're going to need all the rings you need to get to the special zone, which I'll explain later, like I mentioned. And you want to know how they do this? With lava, like Jesus Christ, it's everywhere. I think that's a little bit too punishing to teach me that I need to slow down and approach things carefully, but I guess it gets the job done because it kind of did. Now, I don't mean this zone is bad, but it's not good. It's kind of a mix.
Jesus, oh God, Jesus Christ, there's lava everywhere, man. Like, I mean, that's if saying, oh, you're going 2 miles above the speed limit. Let me light you on fire like that. Like, what the... why is... Oh, I'm on fire! I'm on fire!
This crazy place is Spring Yard Zone. Now, unlike the 2 levels, this decides to mix the platforming and the speed elements, having sections where you go fast and having sections where you slow down and platform carefully, while also having enemies that teach you to be cautious, and way better than the last one. And I like this zone, personally. It's very colorful, bright, vibrant, with the pinks and reds and all that kind of stuff, and the music is very jazzy and upbeat. Oh God, please not this zone! Why this motherfucking zone? Okay, let's start with Labyrinth Zone's problem. Water. Now, don't be like, oh, it's just a water lever, calm down. No. You know the reason why it's so bad? Because Sonic can't swim. Because the developers were like, oh, wait, hedgehogs can't swim. Well, that they can. And so, Sonic controls like ass in the water. Sure, it's accurate to how someone running through water would be, slow as but it's really shit because there's spikes and other crap all over the place and these stupid robots, they're annoying to dodge and balls ass. And then the boss fight. Oh, the boss fight. Who designed this? It's complete ass. You're trying to chase Eggman down a shaft while going upward while his spikes and other shit on the wall are trying to kill you. Like, what the Oh, thank God. We made it to Starlight City Zone. And this is where Sonic gets back on track. With immense speed, lots of rings, not that many enemies, and very calm music. This is much better. Now, the special stages are the only way to get the 6 Chaos Emeralds. Notice how I said 6 instead of 7. This game only introduces 6. The next one will be in the second game. And also where you get continues. You know, when you die, you get 3 extra lives. Those are what continues are. Now, these plays will feel like you took a shit ton of ecstasy because it looks like you're high off your ass and you don't even know what the is going on in the outside world anymore. There's like all these colors and there's bumpers and other shit and I feel like I'm having a it's just Now, Scrap Rain looks difficult and a bit of a cluster, but then again, it is the final area, and it's not supposed to be easy, and me getting hit constantly is me being an impatient little ass who didn't want to, stay up any later than he was recording this. So yeah, I'm just rushing through this, but usually to get past here without taking any hits is to slow down and be careful. Anyway, you reach Act 2 and you run into Robotnik, who's behind this shield as you try and get past, but then he sends you to Act 3, which is Labyrinth Zone! Oh, I know, you Sonic 1 enthusiasts are saying, yeah, they ran out of space so they had to reuse Labyrinth Zone assets. I get that, but this final act is a piece of shit. It's terribly designed. Not only is it slow as hell, but there's less airtime for both Sonic and the air bubbles, so there's more likelihood to drown. Luckily, I know of the shortcut in the beginning, so this made it easier, but I shouldn't have to use the shortcut to mitigate this section. Also, those drill assholes are back, and now there's even more of them. And also the spikes and the fire launchers and all that kind of crap. And the final tube to get out of this place has those spinning spike balls, and they're all really close to each other, so good luck trying to dodge them. And even if you do, but if you manage to get hit, you're gonna fall all the way back down, have to do it all over again, and there's only so many rings to attempt. Like, twice. Make back up top to face off against Robotnik with some epic boss music. Now, this boss is, pretty easy, but the fact that you have no rings makes it really suspenseful and makes you think what's going to happen. Even though it's pretty easy to dodge these purple things, and sometimes it's a little hard to find out where Pipe Eggman's going to come through, but the suspense makes it worthy. After you kick Robotnik's ass, you go all the way back to Green Hill Zone and use the mystic power of the 6 Chaos Emeralds and restore everything back to normal, like all the plants that died, or all the robots you missed, and back into animals. And then the credits roll.
Hedgehog a good game, you're probably asking. And what was the point of that last crawling in my skin joke? Well, yeah, I mean, is it an amazing game that you need to play before you die? No. But is it to get a great understanding and knowing of what made Sonic so good back then, from the unique levels, the colors, and the sounds, and everything, you know? I mean, sure, you don't have to, like, play it before you die, like I said, but you can play it on your iPhone and Android, because there is a remastered version with its remaster by Christian Whitehead, and it's free, so go check it out, you know, show some love. Yeah, so overall, it was a great game. It was great for its time, it's okay now, and all that jazz. Hey guys, thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe if you want to see more, and click the bell icon for annoying notifications, but don't. Just follow me on Twitter, where you get better updates, and also memes, you know, and all that jazz. I'd like to thank you guys for watching yet again, and for subscribing, and I'll see you in the next one. So, game on, dudes. Game on.